Past 11:30, so let's call the meeting to order and welcome our special guest, Ruth Sloan with Mitchell Accounting, Associate Accounting. We're pleased to have you and hope you can give us a lot of good information. I need approval of the minutes.
Has everyone gotten a chance to look at the minutes? Any corrections?
Let's wait till she gets a
Cheryl, have you had a chance to look at them? You've been busy. Yeah, okay.
Okay. I need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve the April 15th minutes.
Need a second?
Okay. I'll second it.
Okay.
I guess, I mean, I wrote them, but I'll second them, okay.
So anyway,
Okay.
okay, we'll move on to the treasurer's report.
I'm sorry, I haven't done math yet. So you've got them all together in one little stapled thing in front of you. Looks like this.
Oh,
The first page. Yes.
oh, yes, I see it now, okay.
Cheryl, do you want to do it or do you want me to? Okay. So on the page with the smaller print, in the on the right side, there is. Okay, sorry, my brain was not lining it up for me. In the general fund, there's $839,077.47. In the preferred money market, there is $506,187.99. In the community trust CD, there's $103,887.19. And in the petty cash account, there's $568.51. And doing math.
So why are you doing math? Because you're adding up those amounts to make
She just
sure.
wants the cash amount. Do you want her to see that in a one total from now on also?
If you can, and we don't keep the due from other district taxes in
That
there.
is an audit entry, I think. And
It
usually I
is.
let him reverse them.
I just subtract it from the total and then add the state fund in. But you don't have to do that. I usually have it ready before we get here. So. Okay, without the due from other district taxes is $1,449,721.16. And then in the state fund account, which is the front of the last page there is $38,121.46 for a total of $1,487,842.62.
Finished?
Yes.
You've heard the treasurer's report. I hear a motion to accept.
Make a motion to accept.
Okay.
Need a second?
I'll second it. I'm the second today.
Well,
Okay.
since we only have three.
Right, I know, that's.
You
kind of
guys
what
need
we
to
have
take turns.
Right,
So motion,
yes.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on to the director's financial report.
You don't have much time, right? Okay, can we jump over to Ruth and
Sure,
let her
that's fine. Yeah.
introduce herself and
My name is Ruth Sloan. Went to high school at Collier High School. I graduated from Eastern Kentucky University in '82. Worked for a telephone company in Pikeville for 12 years in their county. And then I divorced and moved back to Hazard in 1992. Worked for Peyton Mitchell, which is where the name Mitchell comes from, until 2002, and then I purchased his business. I'm an enrolled agent, licensed through the IRS. And I've got about 500 clients.
Sound like a busy woman.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy that you can be with us, and we desperately need someone because that's one of the most important projects of the library is take care of the
Pretty
funds.
accessible except for my face.
Mhm. Right, yeah,
Wonder why.
right.
Yeah. I've been to the office a few times without like an advance appointment, and they
I
take
don't
the time to
require-
talk to me.
Yeah, I don't require appointments.
That's good.
Where's your business located at?
Downtown Hazard, I'm, yeah, right behind the old courthouse.
Okay,
She's just around the corner from Chris Gooch.
Right. Judy Mitchell, I worked with Judy
Yeah.
for years at the college, yes, so I'm familiar with that.
Okay, then we'll move on to the director's financial
Or
report.
what, did you want to talk to her about?
well, she
training?
didn't have.
No, I'm,
Yeah, not-
I'm fine, I just have to be back for the doctor's appointment at 2 something. so.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, you had a
Yeah,
question,
just,
Liz?
I don't, so everything we're doing here that, I mean, this is like stuff that you came up with, that you did.
That's our program, but I can do more, I can add the budget on there, which I haven't done yet, but once we get it, I can add the budget, so you see a column with the total,
Yeah,
look compared to the budget.
yeah,
And then, coming up, I started, we put year-to-date figures in October. But once we hit October this year, then you'll be able to see October this year compared to last year.
yeah,
Sure, that's
and
good.
year-to-date,
yeah,
And
That's
that,
helpful.
that'll give
Yeah.
you some ideas.
Mhm.
yeah. And how these numbers have to be reworked after we, so.
I don't understand that.
Can anything be done that's already done?
Anything that needs moved, I can move.
Okay,
But I
You
mean,
see something's in the wrong place,
like, what, I guess I'm confused as to why you have to do math after this is done.
She just said she can do it.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
so
that'd
you
be
can do,
great.
okay, yeah.
If there's something that's in the wrong department or you wanna see somewhere else, you just let me know, just send me a text.
We just do it this way because that's the way we had to do it when Wayne was taking care of us. And I don't
Oh,
think,
okay.
I don't,
He
We
didn't
have to
give you
do
a
it like
total?
that?
he didn't give us a total. He gave us
That
two
was just
totals.
the way he used to do it, but I,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
He would give us two totals and we had to take out the taxes receivable, because his program required the taxes receivable. And I think you have to put it in there because of the audit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's some things that Chris will make, some entries he will make, and I just leave them and reimburse them next year.
And this is actually,
That's one thing that dude from districts, that's an entry he's made. And on the, I think there's something in accounts payable, that number down there, some of that is not an entry that he will reverse. Employee, vacation approved, he does that entry. There's several entries that he takes care of.
and this is actually the same format that Chris does his audit in. So it looks familiar.
Yeah, and I do it, we use the same software, which makes it easier for him when he's with the software.
right. Yeah, I think that, I know, me as a board member, I'm very confused about how we come up, you're saying numbers that aren't on here. Is there any way we can have that all on here? You're subtracting,
Oh, she's just at the top, she's just adding up the cash and the checking accounts and not including that due from other districts. Because that's really an audit entry that may or may not be.
Oh, it's a what?
It's an accounts receivable that he has accrued as of the end of the year, as of June 30th. He says that the other districts owe that, but that may be something that he will reverse when it comes to this audit.
Right, why would he reverse it?
Because that was what was due at the end of last year.
Oh, so, and it will have changed.
Yeah,
It could have
Yeah.
changed. Okay.
That's why we ignored it. It's
Okay.
not pertinent.
It's not really.
It's not really, yeah, and same thing with the paper down there, he may approve something at the end of June that he considers was actually due June the 30th, but it may not be. It's probably paid like July the 1st, but because it was paid, he wants it back on there to make the statements.
Okay, but you're saying that you could give us a total minus
Total
that
I can go ahead and do a total
without including,
without including.
yeah, okay, and that's all you've been doing? is
Yeah.
What you're saying, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to do that.
Right, exactly.
And I can also, I think, because that state fund is so small, I can do an Excel sheet that will show the general fund and the state fund and add it so that you don't have to do that too.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
just another
I
column.
took, counting in high school and in college, but this is still, I'm not, so that, I'm gonna,
Then you'll see where she's coming from.
yeah, that's all I want.
And what's the program? I'm just curious.
Peachtree Sage.
Oh, yeah, that's
Right,
what we want them
Top of
to
the
do.
line.
That's what
yeah.
most accountants use.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the higher, more elite one, and just with what's right.
What is it again?
Sage.
Sage,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Oh, that is great,
Uh-huh, very good.
that is great.
And you guys have each other's emails now. I tagged Cheryl on a couple of emails.
Okay.
So in case you haven't seen them, Cheryl, just search.
Anytime, no, you're not.
Just, I just wonder if we could get that, so.
Mhm, so it
It's
saves
more
some time, yeah.
understandable for everybody if we're not doing, that's already on the piece of paper, you know.
I mean, we'll still read off what's in the accounts and then just give a total, which is kind of what I do now. It's just,
Any further
That's correct.
discussion? Lynn?
No.
Okay, we'll move on to the director's financial report.
okay, you have it in front of you. I think it's this side up.
Mhm.
I squeezed them all under one page this time. Amazon is on the back. And, there it is. Yep. I'll let you look over that if you have any questions.
The emeritus annual fees, that's insurance,
That's the retirement fund.
that's the retirement fund. Oh,
And-
emeritus, I've never heard of that. Okay,
Duran found them for us.
oh,
And they are doing calculations for, obviously with Wayne dying, I had trouble with the year-end stuff this year.
oh,
and,
yeah,
Not trouble, just,
confusion.
yes.
Yeah,
So they are figuring out our spreadsheet for what goes into which retirement funds for us. And then I'll do that, and I'm hoping it'll be there by the end of June, so it shows up on this fiscal year. As soon as they send it to me, I'll get it in there.
right.
But the retirement fund fees and deposits totals $50,000 every year.
Okay, and so everybody has a retirement account?
All the full-time people do.
Okay.
Anybody that has been with the library more than a year, which is almost everybody, that works 100 hours. I think it's a total of 100 hours in a year, or an average of 100 hours a month, gets get thrown into the equation. I have to do a census for them
Okay,
that tells emeritus how many hours everybody worked and what their take home, what their,
end of year pay was? or
and
what?
yes, the gross,
Annual?
pre-taxes,
Mhm.
and they figure out who gets money into their retirement fund, and they do the math for me.
Okay, and that's put into their fund, the employee isn't putting it out of their pocket.
Not the $50,000. We all have the option to
Of putting
put-
more in,
Yes, And
Right,
anybody
okay.
that's been with the library more than a year can put money into the retirement fund, which is like their fund of our group fund.
Okay, all right. Sorry for all those questions, but I will
No.
move to approve unless someone has other questions.
Motion to approve, need a,
You had a question?
So, I was looking at, the Gearhart charges, where is that for?
That is for Arium, Cottle, and Jenkins.
What are those for, just
It's,
internet?
it's internet for the security system.
Okay, okay.
The security system.
And do you have the highest packages for internet at Harry and Cottle? Oh,
Fastest. You mean,
yeah.
No, because it was gonna be thousands if we did the fastest. We,
about,
Mhm.
really?
like $1,000 a month.
who's it? TDS.
We do
Well, now
E-rate.
Gearhart's different from TV. Oh,
Yeah.
that's just the security. You're talking
Yeah,
about
that's just the
TVS.
security.
Okay.
Okay,
TBS is through E-rate because,
Yeah.
so we do a reasonable speed at a reasonable price
At Whitesburg.
at Whitesburg. At all the branches, it's a reasonable speed at a reasonable price is what we look for.
You do E-rates at Fleming Neon Library and E-rates at Blackley Library?
I do
Okay.
E-rate for all 4 branches,
Okay.
for the internet, and, when we do internet for Fleming Neon again, we will not be using HughesNet.
Okay,
It's gonna be basically anybody but HughesNet.
yeah.
so can you explain E-rate to me? I'm not familiar.
E-rate is government funding
Okay,
for schools and public libraries to provide internet, at a discount for us, depending on the regional income.
okay,
So if students get free lunch in the schools,
Mhm.
they're likely to get a higher rate of E-rate. So basically, they subsidize internet for us.
right.
It's a different source, it's like public internet. is what
Okay,
it is.
okay, that's great. I didn't know that was an option. So
Yeah.
the schools have that. Okay, very
Um,
good.
it-
So it's not through, or it is through TVS cable, but it's at a reduced rate.
No, it's not through TBS, E-rates is not.
Oh, no.
Oh,
It's
okay,
USAC, US, I don't remember what it stands
Okay.
for, but it's basically, it's a unofficial offshoot of the federal government.
oh, okay,
It's official, but it's not, it doesn't have a .gov.
Okay.
We either have them directly pay 90% of the internet bill, or we fill out a form where they give us the money for the internet bill after we've
Okay.
already paid it. And that's called a bear form, and we do the bear form on some of them. So when you look at my budget stuff, anything that says refund, it's E-rate and other refunds.
okay. So who is Windstream for?
Windstream is Jenkins.
Okay, all right.
It's
and
their actual
Does it work
internet.
pretty well for you all?
We just upgraded theirs last year.
any other questions? Madeline made a motion to accept the director's report. I need a second.
Make a motion to accept the director's report.
Okay.
Motion
in-
made twice. I need a second.
Yours, I moved and so
Oh,
you
second.
second. Seconded, sorry.
Okay,
My ears are.
All in favor?
move,
Aye, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, that's okay.
okay, let's move on to the vouchers.
They're here. I did add on one voucher onto mine. It's just for Tyrell Miller doing freelance internet. That's all, Peggy. You don't have to give me duplicates. You don't have to give me duplicates or envelopes.
What did you say? There was one thing.
Tyrell Miller,
Oh, yeah.
He installed the new computers at Jenkins.
Oh, okay.
And this
He
is,
also installed, didn't he install the info? Oh, no, that was someone different who did the microfilm,
No,
sorry.
oh yeah, that's the microfilm. Oh no, I didn't put the head
You didn't put
librarian
that on the
reports.
agenda?
We'll do that right after vouchers.
Oh, you didn't put the reports on here at all? I thought you had
didn't.
moved
I-
them to the end, but I
I-
see. Okay,
Accidentally, I was using an old agenda to
Yeah.
build the new agenda. What happens when you lose everything on the hard drive?
oh no, I missed
Yeah.
that story, but I went through a nightmare recently for my, if you ever see this, I'm curious that nobody that I talked to has seen it. A little dark cloud up along the top of my MacBook. And it was continually downloading these empty files, is what they said. But I could type like three keys and then it would just go, it wouldn't let me type anything.
Oh,
I went through, so I think we have all of them now.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the vouchers.
I make the motion to approve the vouchers.
Need a
And
second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, otherwise? Okay, we'll move on to old business, building projects.
Are we gonna do the reports next or? no?
yes, let's jump to the head librarians. I'm sorry, I forgot to
Okay.
put them on the agenda. I'm sorry, I forgot to put you guys on the agenda.
That's fine, I don't mind letting.
You
Real
want-
business. Before we speak,
You want to start?
okay.
Okay.
Sure. Scarlett and I, are still cataloging, we have made major strides in getting things done. We've made a big dent in the basement, and getting stuff out of the books that were donated in the basement, we're making a dent in that finally. And, we've, set up the, book giveaway, which Ian, I'm sure we'll talk about, but we've set up the book giveaway, and, we've had a volunteer named Shelby, she's with the,
LKLP,
yeah,
it's not ready to work. It's the other
something
one.
else. I can't remember what the program is, but
Helping Hands? No.
she's with the program, and she works roughly 20 hours a week, and she's been a big help. She's been a real big help.
That's great. And she does 20 hours a week. How long do you have her?
Just till 30.
And then she's
Oh.
coming back in August.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but didn't you say someone else was going?
Yeah, we're gonna get another volunteer while Shelby is gone for 20 hours a week.
Oh.
For the summer,
Mhm.
for the
Yeah.
summertime, yeah.
Yeah.
They said that if that works out too, that we may be able to keep them both on.
Okay.
Wow.
The new one is through Ready to Work. She's taking college classes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hopefully both of them are real good, work out really well,
Mhm.
but,
Keep our fingers.
that's been really good for us to have that, and, we've been shifting shelves and stuff still, that's an ongoing thing, trying to get everything more organized and, easier access and things like that, but, it's going good, we're doing good. Yeah, the neon library is gonna have the best classic section. And, we are gonna have the most signed copies of any books there is out there.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good.
A lot of the
Awesome,
donations
yeah.
came from like publishing companies and stuff.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
lot of signed
A lot of
copies.
signed copies.
That's neat.
Okay, you want to go next?
Ian?
As she was saying, Tyrell came and installed the computers at Jenkins and stuff. He came to Plattsburgh and set them up. He also got Blackies, which was really good. He's mostly done with the computer stuff, but he's gonna come back and try to fix the workstation for the genealogy room. We ended up having to use one of the public computers in there to get the microfilm reader to work. But he's gonna come back and try to fix that and get it going. to where we can use
What's
it.
his name again?
Tyrell Miller.
Okay.
we've been really busy, just hauling books up and down. You know, taking them from the basement upstairs and then taking them down to the store when they're done. Mom was talking about Shelby. I've not seen a volunteer in a long time that will come back every time she's done with the task and ask for more to do.
That's
So, you
great.
know, that's
Yeah,
great.
I've noticed her there every time I.
Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful.
She's a nice kid.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's going really good. Yeah, the book giveaway, we're probably gonna take it down this week, but it's been up for about a month. And, people have been taking a lot.
Oh.
Like,
Wow.
that's great.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of as much as we can get rid of.
Now, the big issue with taking it down is what do we do?
There's
Yeah.
some room on the shelves in the bookstore,
Yeah.
book giveaway room.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the little free libraries, I don't know, you can only use so many of those.
We've
They do
offered
people
up,
picking up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know Roy always picks them up on Fridays, so.
Madeline seen the
Yeah.
new microfilm reader. The microfilm reader is great.
Yes, it is, it's
It's
wonderful.
got a little bit more functionality than the one we had before, and
I
a little
love it.
easier to use.
Mhm.
I'm a microfilm nerd,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
I look forward to looking for.
Oh.
You wanna say something about the basement, or
Yeah,
can
yeah.
Ian showed me
Yeah.
a concern about all of the,
There's some mold growing pretty bad around the edge of the wall.
I
And,
gave Greg the anti-mold spray to use.
Yeah, I took it down, dumped it on it a few weeks ago, and it didn't do anything. But there's mold growing all the way around the wall and out into the stairwell
Well, Friday, there was more water
now.
in the hallway where Greg just,
Anytime it rains.
yeah, it was standing in the
It
hallway.
hadn't even rained in a day or two.
Not the hallway.
It's just running through now.
So the stuff that we did a couple of years ago when they did the ditch along the side of the building to seal the building better and trying to seal the concrete corner of the floor in the basement, it has given way. I'm gonna ask Brian what the next step is.
It's still better than it used to be. I mean,
Yeah.
It's
it's,
better than it
it's,
used to be. There used to be like
yeah.
basically a pond down there. But I'm afraid that it's gonna get back in that shape if something's done that.
We're not gonna let it
Thank you.
get that shape.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was-
especially with us having to store books down there and do stuff like that in the meantime. It's something I would rather try to get fixed.
Yeah.
So that's something, so what you're gonna ask,
Brian said something to Ian about doing, what's basically a French drain around the inside of the building in the
mhm.
basement. So they would chip out a ditch.
From the concrete, yeah.
And the concrete and it would run, basically like an aqueduct to
Run
the
the
sump
sump.
pumps.
Right, okay.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if he can do a sump pump in that corner where it gets so bad. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, right now it's going all the way around the room. Yeah. So,
Okay, thank you. Peggy?
Well, it's gonna take us a while to get straightened up because when they put the computers in, they moved everything and they piled most of it in their back office. But I'm working on it slowly.
Yeah.
But, our monthly books display this month was, our music and musicians. I think that's important thing for everybody.
Mhm.
I don't know anybody that doesn't like music of some type. But anyway, we've been having a book club, Amanda Johnson's been leading it, and they just finished Eli the Hood by Silas House.
Yes.
I'm not sure what, they're supposed to start a new book this coming month, so I'm not sure what they're going to be doing. Some of the other clubs have been crochet club, homemakers, painting classes, and That's Your Promise has been having some meetings. We're just working on summer reading in hopes to have it pretty interactive. We're gonna wait and start a little bit later this year we were hoping to miss the sisters, but now they're telling me they're having a second program, so I don't know if we're gonna miss them or not, but anyway, we want to start a little bit later. And I've been pulling a bunch of our classic books, and I noticed I've been, when you were cataloging, you put some classics. So I've been pulling some of our classic books, and I'm gonna try to start just a section of that. And I've gone ahead and pulled and put the CL on. I'm gonna have to go back down and add that to the cataloging. But I think that'll be a good little help for students especially. And other than that, just regular activities.
I noticed, pardon me, but what about the, on your steps, all of the water coming out?
Yeah, is that?
I'm still there.
Still, I've had a couple of,
We do need somebody to do the landscaping. It's grown up. We got some bushes out there that tall.
I contacted,
We're supposed to be coming, or just haven't come.
I know the guttering has a hole,
I
a huge
contacted
hole.
Nathan, what's his,
You told me you did.
and, week before last, he said to email him on Monday and we'd pick a time to meet up, and I emailed him and didn't get a response, so I'm gonna send another one today. We're having a hard time finding a contractor that will go there and do the stuff. I think maybe they're holding out for larger jobs, but I will find somebody.
Well, there was an elderly man called me and he said he was coming out of the library and almost drowned from the water just pouring out on him.
Yeah, it comes out bad in that corner when you have a heavy rain, but I've been told ever since the building's been built that they put the wrong size of guttering
Right,
for the elevation in the roof. And I
Mm,
think that's part of
that's
the
what he
problem.
said.
And it's
He said he would
guttering,
fix it, except he
basically.
said, yeah.
Roy?
mhm.
Everything's going fine. Me and Leo went to an autism awareness event at the rec center. It's a little bit wild. But, I mean, it was going pretty steady, but I figured it'd get real busy after school, but nobody came after school let out. It just died.
School's still going on, isn't
I mean,
it?
after school went out for the day.
Oh, at the end of the day, right, oh, okay.
Nothing.
Where at?
It was at the rec center?
Oh, the rec center.
Really?
It was
Okay.
supposed to be at the
It
park,
rained,
but it was
so.
raining.
Oh, so they
And-
moved it?
I think
Maybe
when they
that's
picked
why
up the
nobody came.
kids, they just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You did it all like that.
We talked to probably about 100 people that day,
A lot of people.
A lot of parents and caregivers and
Yeah.
stuff.
and there was an adult daycare group that came through
Right.
with one of our volunteers
Oh,
comes to
good.
us from that.
Okay, thank you all, and thank you for the good work that you're doing, and we appreciate you. We'll move on to building projects.
Well, Brian started over at Fleming Neon. They're doing, when I came to see, I didn't go in, but I did look through the open door and I recorded a little and put it on Facebook. I could hear the generator going in the back of their truck, and I could hear a high-powered vacuum shop vac going inside. If you guys are interested, I cleared it with Brian to go through today. Wednesday, and this is putting FEMA and building projects together. Last week, let me back up a little and do that. Last week, FEMA requested that I review and approve the Fleming Neon project and Fleming Neon contents. So they've chosen the amount they're going to send to us for that, and it's on its way to Kentucky Emergency Management. I am scheduled to meet with mitigation on the phone along with Charlie and Craig and Elizabeth, my current FEMA contact, to discuss Blackie mitigation.
Do you remember how much we're gonna get?
I'm gonna
Are you
pull up
Okay,
on
okay,
the other
that's fine.
computer. I'll pull up I'm thinking it's around 600,000, because they take the amount it would be to bring the building back to pre-flood.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And they subtract
Existed.
the, what we got from the insurance company.
Oh, the insurance.
And then they add on the amount for the mitigation measures that we are doing. And we asked Elizabeth if things had to, like, if we changed the mitigation measures, how would we go about doing that if we had already approved Fleming Neon? And she said it would need to go through Kentucky Emergency Management. So we're good to go. I just need to like send them stuff. And then I'll know more about Blackie on Wednesday. Let me get the other computer out.
You know, I have a question, if I
Yes.
may. Does Ruth need to, does she have anything to do with those numbers with
Nope.
the FEMA? So you don't have to deal, that doesn't go on?
I mean, I could send them to you. It's just,
What we'll see is.
you'll see the direct
We'll see
deposit
the
going in.
deposit, and we'll see the expenditures on it, like the architect had been doing work.
Yes.
So you guys are working together on all that?
They let me know if they have questions.
Or if we don't know where to put something or what something is.
Yeah.
they
And-
usually ask
I send them the director's financial report so that they know
where
stuff that I'm doing.
Right, because I was just wondering for the audit, where the money's going through the financial system, is it, you're getting it for our audit, yeah. Okay. Just question.
And like right now, I know that architect, some of his expenses are down in the contract for outside services. And he'll move that, I'm sure, to, building. Improvements.
Oh, okay, yeah, because that's what it is, yeah.
Let me,
You know, I could have had the Mondo board in here, I should have asked you if you wanted to put it up or anything.
I know the emergency measures refund is 62,000 and that's on its way. And the elevator refund or reimbursement grant is 80 something and that's on its way. And then he's waking up. And as soon as I can get to it, I will tell you the amount of the FEMA stuff for Fleming Neon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
To celebrate his artistry, I didn't want that.
Oh,
No,
really?
I didn't.
Well, interesting. I'm gonna play it on the down.
Yeah,
So. Ally, you just said 62,000 reimbursement for the elevator repair,
82 for the elevator.
82,000, and then was there 62 for something else?
62 is the emergency measures that I took right after.
Okay,
Okay, so the emergency measures, which is when we had Serve Pro come and clean up Fleming Neon, Lewis Brothers did our basement. Eco Tech came and pumped out the basement because of the hydraulic fluid. And Lewis Brothers cleaned out Blackie's lower level. All of that was emergency measures to basically stop damage from getting worse on the buildings.
Right.
All of that together was $82,721.14, and I'll give you these numbers, so you don't have to like rush to catch up with me. We are getting $62,040.86 from FEMA for that. The elevator and all of the accompanying things we had to update for it, like the putting an HVAC unit in the mechanical room and the fire system for the mechanical room. All of that was $110,864.51, and FEMA is doing a reimbursement grant for $83,148.39. And then Fleming Neon, the contents, they figured was worth $365,452.22, and they're giving us $274,089.17. And then the building, they figured at $632,531.47, and they're giving us $474,398.61.
That's for neon.
That's for neon because of the insurance, and we should be getting a chunk also from Kentucky.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So you can send me like a screenshot of that or
Absolutely.
something? Okay, so I have that.
Okay.
Okay,
So we get additional money from the state.
we are
Some of
supposed to.
Okay, we're supposed to.
Mhm, mhm.
You don't know, like, how long from now, how many more months?
Well,
Maybe.
the 62,000, well, the emergency measures and the elevator should be in our account before the end of this statement period. I do not know when the Fleming Neon money is going to be in the account.
Probably the money from the state will follow within a reasonable time frame. Because once they award it, then that follows is protocol, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
Do you have anything else?
Brett came and put in the microphone reader. He drove down from Dayton. He was really nice, and very interesting. He didn't realize that I was me because I didn't introduce myself to him. That was kind of funny. Went with Roy for the autism awareness. I know I wrote a whole report of all the things. The FEMA stuff. Oh, I'm on building projects.
Yeah, but
FEMA
that's
update.
okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
Wednesday, we'll know more about Blackie, and I'm hoping we can go ahead and get started on Blackie too.
Yeah.
You want to do anything else on FEMA? That's it.
That's it for now.
Okay. And then we'll move on to the policy manual.
Yes.
Okay, I emailed you all, the policy manual up to, I didn't include the table of contents because the page numbers are wrong. Actually, I did include it with a note saying the page numbers are wrong, now that I remember it, but, what I have in here and what I hope you'll look over, I think that I've included everything. Ian, you had asked me about maternity leave, and there is a maternity policy in here. Whether or not we want to revise it, I just left it as it was, and it is, let me tell you what it is. It's under other leave with pay. And there isn't a particular, it says when an employee needs to interrupt employment due to pregnancy, a leave of absence without pay may be granted. Oh, this is under leave without pay, sorry. Sick leave accumulation may be used during this time, maternity leave is not to exceed 3 months. So that's, I don't know if we want to revisit that, but that's what it is. And I guess that, I'm assuming that's kind of a statewide policy. I don't know if we have the,
There,
The
there
policy
isn't,
manual was written in the eighties, I think.
there isn't an official.
there isn't an
state
official one. Okay.
maternity leave policy because it is not a requirement.
Okay. Family
FMLA,
FMLA would cover
it would.
some of that, and I wonder, I don't know if we need to put that in here, because this.
Put
this is-
FMLA in?
Yeah,
We
because,
do.
yeah,
Um,
because this preceded FMLA, I'm sure this first version of it. So,
We are not required to provide FMLA, but we have it.
why are you not, you don't have enough people?
Right.
Okay, right, okay. All right, well, we can, I don't want to take the time, but we can discuss that and the other thing that I hope you all will look at is that I do have all the job descriptions that I've been given in here, including the catalog librarian, which wasn't in there before, and the, I made a couple, and the genealogy librarian, which you gave me. Now,
It's not official yet, the genealogy librarian. It's, Sheila from Perry County is sending me their genealogy job description
Okay,
today.
okay.
So we'll have a chance to look over it and make any changes to that. And
Okay.
then we'll bring it to you guys.
I think, the only other thing that I have gotten that I didn't include here is the volunteer policy. So, and I have that, but I didn't include it in what I
Do
sent
you
you.
have the floater position, description in there too?
Well, what I have is, and that's a good question, there are actually, and I wonder if I cut this up somewhere, let me see here. Cause it seems like, I know I've got it all right here. There was, remember, there were two different categories. There were library assistants and circulation librarians, and I was thinking that you said they were one and the same.
Yes.
So I wondered if that would not be the description for the floater.
Well,
I
But-
think I had a separate one for the floater that required travel between the branches.
Okay, I don't think I have that.
Okay.
If you can email that to me. Yeah, and so I hope, I know I keep changing, revised February, revised May, but I think we do need to adopt the whole thing after everyone has
Yeah.
looked at it and we have everything in
Yeah.
here. So, yeah, so if you'll send me that, that
Okay.
would be great.
Okay,
You'll send me that. position, okay.
genealogy
Yeah,
position.
that was,
And the floater
and
position.
the photos, okay.
um,
Okay, anything else on the policy manual? If not, we'll move to new business,
the
the
budget,
budget,
yes.
23-24 actual amount through March.
Yes, you have this in front of you.
Mhm.
It's actually actual through April. It's the second to last and the last columns on the right. I finished up through April after I sent out the agenda. And if you guys want to look through that, do you guys want copies of it? Copies of the agenda?
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
the budget.
so we budgeted $10,000 for tangible personal property. And we spent 52,000.
No, that's money coming in, revenues.
Oh,
I have to guesstimate how
Okay.
much we're gonna get in tax revenue, and I always lowball that.
gotcha,
Then I
okay.
go up above with the funding that we're spending.
So how do we have $16,000 in revenue in telecommunications?
Cell phone bill tax?
Oh, we get part of that in cell phone, bill. Oh, okay. So all of this is taxes. I got you at the top.
At the top, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then,
Yeah, you really lowballed it, but
yeah,
knowing this now, do we raise it?
no,
Why?
because
Then you're always way ahead of your budget, but,
I don't want to raise the income amounts and be really wrong
okay,
and overspend with what comes in.
okay,
That makes sense to you?
Yeah, this is like roll.
sure, yeah. Although if we see a pattern over a long period of time, I think
Then you can raise it.
you need to,
Look
I
at
think I
it.
did that on a couple of them.
Or if you see something, have something come in, get a new grant or something. add it to the-
Right.
Some of the,
So the second page are the expenses.
yes, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Okay, right,
are-
right.
And then the fifth is like a recap. Last year, the 22, 23, 24, I'm not gonna make huge adjustments to the budget because they're so out of whack with everything else.
Mhm.
We got a lot of tangible personal property because people were replacing things.
Mhm.
Um,
Right,
doing-
right.
Any more discussion on budget? If not, do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the budget.
Motion made, need a
Okay.
second?
I'll second it.
Motion made in second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Libby's board position, does anybody have a name to? Libby's staying, but we have to submit 2 names.
I was wondering if maybe we could submit a name from your Friday lunch group. So it has to be somebody that lives within the city of Whitesburg.
Mhm.
They cannot hold a an elected public office.
Mhm.
They cannot be related to anybody that works for the library, like, I think it's like first,
Yes,
Doesn't.
we're all
can't be
related,
like-
but
yeah.
yeah, close relation.
Maybe Roy would let us put his name in.
I think he probably would. He might want it. I think he would like to be on the board though, so I don't know.
I can
So-
submit him the next time somebody from Whitesburg goes off and is
Mhm.
off.
Right, but the fiscal court picks.
They
Yes.
do, and they usually ask,
They'll ask you.
Yeah,
for
and-
whatever, yeah.
and I'll be like, we would take either candidate, but Libby is interested in staying.
Mhm. Sure. I can ask him.
Okay,
Yeah,
So we'll put that on hold.
yes.
yeah, I can text him this.
Part-time work hours.
I wrote a policy.
Mhm.
I wrote a policy and an addendum. They are right next to each other, so I put them on the same page. That's not it. I don't think I gave myself printouts of these things.
Well, there's some more right there, yeah.
I gave you guys copies of this, right?
You showed it to us.
I have lots.
You're not gonna be done part-time?
Do what?
You're not gonna be done part-time?
I'm not even down to volunteer.
That's how I start.
It basically says KDLA and unofficially, the retirement, Kentucky retirement system, which we are not in, labels 100 hours or more full-time. So this limits part-time people to 99 hours or less per calendar month. And it's not an average. They, like, it's calendars, calendar months. So any month that has 5 weeks, they have to stay under 100 hours.
So you're just saying that they can't work 40 or more hours in a single week?
Yes, because they're not supposed to get overtime.
But they could work 40 hours in a week without getting overtime and
If-
still be under 99, right?
If they wanted to do that.
Yeah,
This says they're not to work 40.
In a
or
single
more.
week.
yeah,
So it has to be 39.
no,
Oh,
it would,
I can change it to say. over-
more than 40 hours is really what it should be. They could
Okay.
work 40, as long as they don't work more than 99 in a month. They could, like if someone had to be gone for a week, they could work 40 hours for that week and then not work any the next week or something.
Well, then that's not her. That's not-
I'm changing
Right,
it.
so she's changing to work more than 40 hours.
Part-time employees are not to work more than 40 or more hours in a single work. More than
Okay.
40.
Well, just more than 40 would cover it,
Should you add without approval?
No,
Uh,
because,
because even you don't want them to be eligible for overtime, is what you're saying.
right,
If you just say more than 40, then that covers everything.
yes. You look concerned with.
No, I was just thinking in my head.
Okay, we need to vote on this
Well, if we add it into the policy
policy, it's
manual.
already there.
Yeah,
That's
then we
what I
can
was
just
thinking.
approve it all
Yeah.
at the same time.
Okay,
Okay, and then addendum to programming policy?
it's on here.
Okay.
Same page. It basically says regularly scheduled programs hosted or led by library staff are not to be canceled due to illness or scheduled absences. Basically, if we have time to get a substitute. Oh, that's what I forgot in my report. We, Tessa was out of town, not this past Thursday, the Thursday before, and she got a substitute. And to basically cover the library, I was in the room. And actually that was pretty helpful because I knew where the party machine was, so the kids could do a story time dance party. It's very cute.
Mhm.
And I put that in here as basically that if we've got somebody from outside the library coming to do a story time or anything with children, we need a chaperone from library staff.
Good,
Mhm.
good. Okay, announcements? Okay, schedule the meeting for June 17th, 24.
And
Where
Where
was
will that,
that?
yeah, where will that be?
I think it should be back at Whitesburg.
Mhm.
Okay.
Let me see, and then the staff meeting will be the Wednesday following. So the
17th will be that.
20th?
17th.
If the June meeting is the 17th, then the
24th?
staff meeting would
Would be
be,
the 19th,
Oh, Wednesday, okay,
Wednesday after that Monday, right?
okay.
Yeah.
yes, 19th. Are you gonna be out of town then,
What day is that?
the 19th?
No.
You gonna be out of town then? Okay.
Oh, I'll be back, good time.
Okay, so here a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn today's
Okay.
meeting.
Second,
I second it.
motion adjourned. Thank you. See you next month.
Okay.